Hello everyone, CD Racing here, and we are back with the second episode of our Rallycross series here on Dirt Rally 2. Last episode, we dipped our tires into the intense close racing action of Rallycross racing with a trip to South Africa. We started our journey off well by coming away with a victory, but before we hop into our second Rallycross weekend, I think it's time to do some upgrades for the team to improve our chances of coming away with victories, especially before the AI starts getting even harder. So as we see now, we see all the current members of our staff, and let's go ahead and focus on our co-driver at the moment. We've got the wheel replacement ability, which reduces the penalty received when replacing a wheel on track after a puncture. Super useful in a pinch, just less time that we're down and out. Now we have logistic knowledge, reduces the penalty received after resetting your vehicle back on the track either automatically or manually, and the repair ability, which allows recovery of your vehicle back to the service area after any type of terminal damage. That one seems super useful in case we have some sort of major shunt on a stage. So we're going to go ahead and buy that one right now. But that's 30 grand. That's a lot of money. So that's where we're going to stop. For our chief engineer, we've got a lot of upgrades. Just kidding, it's 2. Research knowledge and diagnostics knowledge basically increases the accuracy of repair diagnostics for your vehicle to highlight fixes earlier. You're going to find problems earlier. I thought that was useful for now, so we went ahead and purchased that one. And now for the engineer, this is the one with a lot of upgrades. As you see, we've got engine repairability, chassis repairability, drivetrain repairability. All of those are the same. It just reduces the time to fix any damage to those specific parts. I was looking over these and I was having a hard time figuring out which one I should get. And then I saw this front wheel drive knowledge. Reduces the overall time required to fix anything front wheel drive, and it goes the same for rear wheel drive and four wheel drive specifically. But both of our cars right now are front wheel drive, so I figured that this would be the best one to purchase for now, and it's only 9 grand. Now, hopefully these upgrades do a little bit. As you see, the bars underneath our names barely move, but we're going to hope that these upgrades made a difference as we go ahead and hop into our second Rallycross weekend in Sweden. Let's get to it. All right, here in Sweden, we're going to get a quick overview of the track. As you see, Rallycross very short, less than a mile per lap, about 3/4 of a mile exactly. And once again, it is raining. Not quite sure why we keep getting unlucky with the rain, but you know, in Rally we got to deal with it. Y'all already remember how the qualifiers work. If you don't, quick rundown. 4 qualifiers determine who goes to the semifinal. And semifinal, you battle for position. Top 3 make it to the final, where you will then battle for even more points. But honestly, qualifying position seems to be the most important because 16 points for qualifying P1. That's quite the advantage. As you hear our little spotter outside talk to us about our Joker lap one more time, we're just going to go ahead and get ready to launch it into this first section. I hope that y'all like this track more than South Africa, because you'll notice I definitely did. This ended up being quite the weekend for us, but let's go ahead and see what unfolds and you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, adjusting the gloves, first race of the weekend, first time out on track. Let's look at the people to our right. Now, turn 1 is a right turn, and we're starting all the way on the left, so a good exit here is what we're looking for. Not so great in the first time we go around. Let's see what happens this time. Lights go up, lights go down, waiting for the green. You see the revs climb. I was almost about to jump once again. Lights go green. Not the greatest start from us as far as reactions go, but we're hard charging, and it looks like we actually got away decently. We're hard on the outside of the left here. We're going to cut across. No contact so far. There it is. People come sliding across in the rain. Contact all over. You see that guy goes straight for the Joker lap. We get a little squirrely. Might have been contact from behind, and now we have clear track in front of us. Psych, there comes guy in first place out of the Joker. Joker on this track is very short, and he actually takes it faster than me on the regular course. We go ahead and get the turn on him, get our exit better, and now we're side by side through this long corner, and I'm too busy looking at him and understeer into the dirt. Not a fantastic start so far. As you see, third place is right there on my left. Hard charging into 6th gear, down this little back straight corner type thing. We're going to go hard charging around this guy, hard on the brakes, into 5th gear. No, never mind, we stay in 6th. Contact behind this guy, let him know we're there, and kind of just shove him out of the way. A little bit of a dick move, but you know, sometimes you just got to get the job done. You see his arrow fade away behind us. We did get that move done, and now we are first place into lap 2. Hard charging, send it around this first corner, over the hill, hard on the brakes, all the way down into 4th gear. Now we're going to decide to take the Joker. Go ahead and love tap day handbrake, get it through the chicane, swing it around, and that is how fast the Joker is. As you see, barely changes your lap time. You just have to take it as we, once again, back onto the asphalt. And look at the difference in track surface as we go over this race. As you see right now, we are on tarmac, still a little slippery because of the wet. And then coming into this high-speed section, it's going to be dirt on the downhill. Massive speed through the dirt, just sending it. And then right as you turn in, back on a tarmac, over the apex, right back onto dirt as we go over this hill, back onto tarmac. Just rapid changing of surface types, and that requires a lot of focus to understand how the car is going to react in these conditions. As once again, back in the dirt, back into back on the tarmac for the turn, send it over here, hard charging on the tarmac still, get it slowed down for this corner right here. We're going to go over this jump right here, and look at this surface change once again into the dirt for this section. You see no grip, and then as soon as I get on the tarmac, the wheels catch and I grip. That requires a lot of focus to be ready to go to, and then right there, once I get on that dirt again, understeer. Ever-changing surface types. This is an easy track as far as the layout goes, but the surface changes can really catch you lacking, especially once you start getting faster and faster. Now, once again here, we're going to lock back in, coming into towards the end of lap 3, hard charging through here, hard on the gas, heavy speed, about 85 over that jump, catch huge air, and then try to get the car slowed down for this long hairpin, get all the way down to 3rd gear, leaving right about 60 miles an hour. Final lap, got a 44.7 so far as our lap time, pretty quick around here. And once again, hard on the brakes, all the way down at 3rd, get it slowed down, make sure we're not going to understeer over the hill, make sure we're in 4th so we're ready to charge through this dirt, and then let off a little bit, make sure we get the car turned in, but not too hard so the tarmac doesn't screw us over. And right there, a decent sector. Now we're really, really flying through this track one more time, down into 4th gear. Just kind of have patience, wait to get on the throttle, and then when you know you're going to stick it, just gun it. Once again, through this back sector, we are going to be hauling. You see about 104 miles an hour as we reach for a second there. Hard on the brakes, back and hit the apex, into the jump, and then get the car slowed down. Try not to lock up. 3rd gear, through this long sweeping hairpin, one last time, power out of it, and that is a 3:07.3 for our first race. Keanu loves it. You knew he would. And we're going to see how that fares as far as placement regarding the pack. First in our heat, and first overall by quite a bit. We absolutely destroyed at that one. I don't know if we just got lucky with clean air, or maybe we really do just have this track nailed off the rip. But we're going to go ahead and load into the second one here and see if anything changes. All right, so loading into qualifying 2. Now remember, unlike traditional rally, after every race you get to repair your car in Rallycross. Now, I doubt we got any mechanical damage. Yes, just some light body work, probably from the contact early in that first qualifying run. But before we load in here, I did notice during that back section, I was right at the top of 6th gear. So we're going to do some tuning for the first time on this channel. We're going to lengthen our final drive ratio by just a little bit. And without getting too technical, by lengthening the final drive, we're essentially stretching our gears, and I'm throwing heavy air quotes here, to make you take more time in between shifts, essentially, which eventually nets you a higher top speed at the cost of slightly slower acceleration. But enough technical talk, it's time to get to work again. Qualifying 2, lights go on. As you see, we're starting on the right side now this time. Lights go down, waiting for that green, hold our revs. Decent reaction time this time around. Hopefully we get a good start. You see the guy next to us absolutely sent it off the line there. We're going to hope we don't get too much contact going into here, and we do get heavy contact from a guy on the inside, and that puts us in dead last coming into turn 1. A lot of fighting up ahead. I took the Joker because I thought they were going to keep fighting outside, but you see it threw me off because all of them came in. Get a pass on one guy on the inside. He gives me contact, kind of gives me into the wall there. We get away okay, and I have to make sure I hit the chicane and not the wall. Barely get that turned in there. Actually end up getting 2 into 1, and I go ahead and cut that guy off, make sure we keep our competition, keep our position that is. And now we're going to come into this back session. Let's see if the gearing worked. We're going to come into 5th, come into 6th, and you see about 102 down that back section this time. Still towards the top of 6, but a lot more comfortable. And I'm comfortable with the acceleration, heavy air, maybe too much speed as we lock up our brakes coming into that final sector there. It's really easy to do with how much speed you carry. And it looks like that position that we gain is still there. We are in 2nd, fighting for 1st, 2-second gap to 1st place. Neither of us, psych, I've taken my Joker. And we're now just going to slot in here knowing that he has to take his Joker. It's not a huge advantage, but it is an advantage nonetheless that we may or may not need. We might catch him on track. And look at this. Coming into this section right here, it seems he is not as well versed in the changing tarmac surface as I am, because I took that middle sector quite a bit faster than he did. I'm right on his bumper now, coming out of the end into this fast section. I just get a way better exit, more confidence on the throttle, go right around him, and that is 1st place naturally. And it looks like we are in a good position yet again. Get the car slowed in there, don't hit the apex, but keep decent speed, heavy over the jump, get the car braking hard, a little bit of a lockup yet again, but get the car turned in anyways. And now, coming into the second half of qualifying, we have a 44.9 there, decent lap, pretty close to our fastest last time around. And as you see, once again, coming into this little bit of a slower section, hard charge over this hill, shift into 4th, right into the dirt. Try to get the car turned in early on the dirt so that you don't have to kind of fight that tarmac. And once again, a little bit of understeer as we almost hit that outside wall, but we keep it in one piece so far. Hear the tires screeching. We're trying to fight it a little bit too much through this long long left-hander. Ideally, patience is the key there, as once again, charging down the back straight, high speed, love tap of the brakes, down into 5th, hit the apex, back into 6th, hard charge over the jump, catching a lot of air this time around. Getting the car slowed down for the left-hander one last time for a flying lap into lap 4, 44.0, quite a bit faster than some of the laps we put up so far. As you see, we send it over that blind right, get the car slowed down, left-hander, early on the gas, charge over the hill into 4th, right into the dirt, get the car turned in early so that we can kind of straighten the wheel out on the tarmac, hard braking in a straight line, down into 3rd, make sure we stay on track, into 4th, get the car turned in a little early, down into 3rd, don't fight the tires too much, early on the gas as soon as you know you're going to make it. And look at that. Hard charging is the name of the game all the way up to 6. We're going to go to the top of it too. High speed in here, 102 miles an hour, down into 5th gear, hard on the gas once again, over the jump, and then get the car slowed down coming into the hairpin. Got it a little squirrely, but we keep it on the track, really use all of the curb there, and then gas it over the straight. And at 307.2, only a single tenth of improvement, but an improvement nonetheless, which would lead me to believe that we won again. But let's see, won our stage or a group, obviously. And first overall, look at that. Going into qualifier 3, we're going to be race D, group D that is. And let's go ahead and send it into the next one. So skip the repair stage there. We actually had no repairs to make, and we are going to adjust one quick thing. As you saw, I was locking up a lot at the end of the very high-speed section at the end of that jump, so I went ahead and lowered the braking force. Now, what that means is the brakes aren't as effective as, if I push them all the way down, they won't brake as hard, but because there's less force, they might not lock up as much. Definitely getting into tuning here, so I like to explain that to y'all in case y'all don't know what this does. But one more time, back into action mode, ready to race, lights go up, hold the revs, lights go down, get ready to launch. And that is a green light, decent launch from us. It looks like we might have beaten everyone off the line for the first time this weekend. As you see the arrow right next to us, get a lot of contact and almost get spun out there. Luckily, we're in front-wheel drive, so when I gas it, the car corrects itself, and because of that, we're going to take our Joker first lap. We really had no other choice if we wanted to maintain speed. Send it there, right behind our teammate, actually. Operation Yellow Jacket might see some infighting today. Heavy contact there. Did not expect him to slow down that much. Not quite sure what he's doing, to be honest. And we're just going to drive right past him. One more time into 3rd gear. Try not to fight it too much. Once you know you've made it, hard on the gas, and look at this. Currently in 3rd place, having taken our Joker. And look, we just carry so much more speed through this section. We get right on the back of this guy in a matter of seconds. We're actually going to go for the switchback. We saw him lose momentum there, and we knew the inside was going to be open. Quick instincts for that pass coming through. And look at this, now into 2nd place, right behind 1st place. Are we going to get the pass out of this corner? Yes, we are. Oh my goodness, making light work of this pack. It seems like we need to make the AI harder, because right now it is just no contest with these guys. One more time, clear track ahead of us. We're just going to lock in, back into the dirt here, into 5th, get the car turned in on the dirt, break in a straight line, into 4th this time, keep the car on track, early on the gas, over the hill the revs are going to climb because there's less contact, and one more time, into this long left-hander. Don't fight the car, gas it when you know you're going to make it, and get back up to speed. Let's see how fast we're going to go through this section, into 6th gear, pedal to the metal, about 101 of true speed, down into 5th, hit the apex, back into 6th, hit the jump, all of the track, maybe too much, get on the brakes, get it slowed down, into 3rd, ride this apex around, short left-hander, and one more time, into a flying lap. We're doing good, 43.9, first time in the 43s, I believe. Send it over the blind right, hard braking into 3rd. It's routine, it's like clockwork at this point. Early on the gas, a little bit of a jump into 4th gear, get the car turned in early. You really see me flick it there so we can brake in a straight line, find your apex early on the gas once you've made it, and look at this, we are really flying now, down into 3rd, one more time, don't fight the car, once you've made it early on the gas, that's the earliest we've gotten the gas, using all of the track, into 5th gear, into the dirt, into 6th gear, now we're going to get close to this inside wall, flick it back over, don't even shift into 5th this time, just keep our momentum over the jump, pointing the right way, correct it as soon as we land, hard on the brakes, into 3rd gear, one more time, ride this apex and power out early, finding our momentum here as a 43.6 is definitely our new best. Let's see what we can do this lap. Once again, over the blind corner, hard braking, into 4th, into 3rd, find our right gear, then back into 4th, over the jump, keep our speed through the dirt, into 5th, flick it early so we can send it. Need handbrake to get the car settled right there. A little bit of a screw up, probably going to lose time there, but we are still quite a bit ahead. Hard braking, find your inside apex, gas it out once you know you're going to make it, use all of the track, and look at this. We have really found our groove now. We are absolutely flying. One more time into 6th gear, get very close to the inside wall so you have all the space to shoot it into this apex. down into 5th, up into 6th, over the jump, hard on the brakes, get it down into 3rd, find your apex right here, ride it out, and then early on the gas, over the line. Let's see what we get. That's a 3:03.8. Absolutely demolished from previous time. That was pretty rapid. And once again, that has to be good for a victory. Of course, in our group, we won, but let's go ahead and check the stage overall. And yes, first place by just a ridiculous margin. Like I said, we might really need to skip this stage of AI difficulty, because even after a start like that, as you see in third person, we just absolutely demolish the competition there. If we get one more weekend like this of just pure dominance, I might make a poll. Y'all want me to just kind of finish out this championship off screen and have the difficulty go up because I'm going to win? I'll see what y'all think. I'll see what y'all think. As we load into qualifying for here, we're not going to skip it this time as I was still talking to y'all, and we have damage. Look at that, just some light bodywork damage. I knew there wouldn't be much. That was quite the clean race from us. And as we go into qualifier 4, given that we won the first 3, I believe we could just total the car here and still make it to the semifinal. But obviously, we're not going to aim for that. Let's adjust that chin strap, get ready to lock in one more time. Let's see if we can go for a true Grand Slam and win every single race this weekend. That is now our only realistic competition. Lights go down one more time, hold the revs. You see me almost jump it. I got a little too angsty and quite the bad launch. As you see, our teammate there is going to go ahead and pass us on the outside. 2 people actually. Heavy contact into the first corner between them, and then heavy contact to me. I get absolutely slammed from the outside. Pause. And now we're going to go ahead and charge one more time. 5th gear through the dirt. We were actually still in 2nd, but everybody behind us has taken their joker. Not like it's going to make much of a difference realistically, but you know, we like to account for that. One more time, try to find our line now that we've locked in here, fighting for first place, and they just don't like holding speed through this section. They don't get on the gas early, and I just cruise past that guy into 6th, hold the inside line. Got a little nervous of tapping the wall there. You saw me flick the wheel at one point, and now we just find our line, hard braking into 3rd, try to hold that apex, swing a little wide, brought a little too much speed, but we're going to get on early on the gas here. 49.5, nothing to brag about. Send it over the blind corner into 5th. Spotter calls that they're dropping back. You see we're already getting space, so I might as well take the joker now. Get this car slowed down and turned in through the chicane, and then power out of it. Don't hit the wall on the inside. Keep your momentum. Go wide here so you can break in a straight line and then send it on this part. And that might be something that we can take note of to even further improve our lap times, because that looked pretty quick compared to the line that we've been taking. Get a little too wide there, get our tires dipped on the dirt on the outside, but we're used to driving on the dirt. It doesn't make a huge difference to us. One more time, high-speed section, look for that apex, and then gas through it. Didn't hit the apex late enough, could have kept speed, but once again, hard on the brakes, into 3rd place. It doesn't matter that we're in 1st. We're always looking to improve, so I am going to call out my mistakes, even if we are just absolutely owning this weekend. 44.9, again, nothing to brag about. Send it over the blind corner, hard on the brakes, into 3rd gear, get it turned in, early on the gas, 4th over the little hump here, a little bit of air, get into the dirt, 5th gear, send it into the corner prematurely so we can break in a straight line, find your apex early on the gas once you've made it. And we've really gotten this section down pretty consistently. Coming into the braking zone of this one, I go a bit wide, so I just gas it out early and kind of shoot it back towards the inside here, into 6th gear, heavy on the gas. Gonna get a little close to the wall, not as close as we could, into 5th, look for that apex, swing it out early on the gas. Actually take the jump in 5th because we lost quite a bit of speed there. And now into 2nd, looks like we lost focus a little bit there. We were in the wrong gears for 2 turns in a row. But now we're gonna hard charge. 43.3, never mind. Looks like we were doing just fine. And now, once again, going into lap 4 of the final qualifier, actually tap the handbrake to get the car turned in so we can shoot it over that gap there. Look at a little bit more air than we're used to. And then understeer in the dirt sets us up for poor braking because it wasn't in a straight line. And you can tell the difference immediately, just a lack of speed when we get that braking point wrong. It's all about finding your line, finding your braking zone. And if you lose focus, you also lose time. Now, one more time through the final sector for the final qualifying time. Into 6th gear, hard charging, get a little close to the wall, love tap the brake into 5th gear, keep it in a straight line, over the jump, land hard into 3rd gear, and now just ride this out. Get on the gas early because we know we're going to make it. And once again, a 3:02.9, even more improvement than the last one. It seems we've really found our footing here. And let's just go ahead and cut this into the semifinal because I'm sure y'all know the results of that race, and I will see y'all there. All right, loading into the semifinal, you see the famous staggered grid, and look at that, Operation Yellow Jacket holding down P1 and P2. Fantastic look for the team. but we all know who the real star is, not to brag. One more time, lock in for the semifinal. Lights go up, windshield wipers go crazy, lights go down, hold the revs. Gun it on the green. Yet again, decent reaction time. Could stand to be better. We got to work on that. As you see the two people on our left go around the outside, I have no choice but to go into our teammate there because we had contact from behind. Once again, pause. And now we are going into third gear. And this is a first. We're fighting for position without taking the Joker. And it looks like we are actually slowing up. That guy goes wide into that turn. Once again, not expecting how much they slow down going into this turn. I literally just have to sit there for a couple seconds. Zoom around our teammate. Now we're fighting for first. We're probably going to get him right here early on the gas. We see him there. He wants to fight his position, and oh, look at this. They've grown smarter, but not smart enough. Oh, hold on now. A little bit of competition. This guy does not want me to pass him. And you see the arrows on the outside as I get contact. Heavy contact there. Almost lose the car. Luckily, we're in a front-wheel drive. We see a mistake from first place. Cut on his inside because we were going faster, and that looks like the move done up into first place. Had to fight for it that time. Definitely a little bit harder than it was the previous races, but now we are in first gear. We think about taking the Joker, but get the car slowed down, end up taking a regular lap. And remember that we have 6 laps now. Have to maintain focus just that little bit longer, but it seems like we've got this down to a science. Like I've said, you hear the call from the Joker. The car behind is falling away, and we're just going to hold our line. We know what we need to do up into 4th, up into 5th, into the dirt, into 6th. And we're going to get close as we can to this inside wall so that we can hold a little bit wider line, hug this apex, shoot over the jump, land the car, get it turned in prematurely on the brakes into 3rd, hug that apex early on the gas once you know you're going to make it. It's routine at this point, ladies and gentlemen. 43.6 lap time on our second flying lap. We're really locked in for this one over the blind corner, get it slowed down into the Joker lap. Try not to tap the wall, almost do. We really have to slow the car down. Don't tap the inside wall, don't tap the inside or that inside. Clean Joker for the most part. Could have taken it a little bit faster. Slow it down for this middle part section. Into 4th. Over the hill, the revs will always jump, as I mentioned before. That happens when there's nothing holding the wheels back and you just floor the car. It's just going to spin freely. So if you hear the car dying, quote unquote, over jumps, it's because I let off the gas. I don't like wrapping the car. I want to take a jump. Listen. The revs die as I go over because I'm not touching the gas. I get back on it as soon as I land, all about timing. But enough yapping. Lock in one more time. 45.5 on that lap. We slowed down quite a bit for that Joker. And look at this. Now it's just normal laps for the rest of the semifinal. Get it slowed down into 3rd, over the hill, into 4th, into the dirt, into 5th. Throw it in a little early so we can break in a straight line ideally. A little sketchy coming into there. As you see, we have to correct the car. Over the hill, revs jump just a little bit into 3rd. Find your line early on the gas, power out of it, slow in, fast out. Always applies when necessary. And now we're going to come into the back section. Get it close to the wall, find your wide line, down into 5th, find your apex, power through. Into 5th, into 6th over the jump. A little unsettled at the landing zone there. Could have straightened out the wheel a little bit more. And one more time, find your line over the finish line into the 5th lap, 43.4, very consistently quick laps. One more time over the blind corner, hard into 3rd gear. Brakes are definitely going to be feeling it by the end of this semifinal because we have a lot of high-speed sections that just shut down into low-speed ones. Once again, hard into 3rd gear, right over the hill, revs climb. Now we dive down into 3rd, find your line early on the gas, and look at this. We are just absolutely finding our line and our rhythm here. And I would not be surprised in these 6-lap races if we get close to lapping someone. I don't know if you saw it there, but the cars in the distance just now started lap 5. And we're about 15 seconds away from closing in on lap 6. Will we lap someone? That's our new goal as we hit a 42.6. I believe that is our fastest lap of the weekend. We are absolutely flying here. One more time, into 3rd, find your line. Love tap of the handbrake, you saw it there. 4th over the jump, keeping our line tight. Into 5th. Flick it early, get the car positioned to break in a straight line into 3rd gear, find your apex, power on as soon as you get it, into 4th, revs climb, downhill we dive, into 3rd, find your apex early on the gas as soon as possible, into 4th, hard charging through this back section. We're going to go all the way to 6th, get close to the wall, you know what we're doing here. Get close to the wall, position the car for the apex, use all of the track here, and look at the speed carried over the jump. That is probably the most air we've caught this weekend. I actually have to correct the car going there. I had to tap the handbrake just to keep the car sliding. And look at that little style over the finish line there. Maybe a little bit of disrespect, maybe a little bit of damage, who knows. But right now I think the only damage that is being faced this weekend is the emotional damage of our competitors because my lord, these guys are getting destroyed Poor A. Nelson got disqualified. Not sure what happened to him. Maybe that was the guy that gave us false confidence for lapping someone. He was just way behind. And that is a successful semifinal and a first place. We need one more victory to get a full Grand Slam victory in every race weekend. Let's see how it goes. Loading into the final here. Do we have any damage on the car? A little bit of cosmetic. Actually, gearbox wear. You see how often we have to shift this car. We made it pretty much to the end of 2 full weekends before the gearbox said, hey man, I'm getting tired. Go ahead and repair that before we have any actual damage, you know, slower gear changes, things of that nature. And here we go, loading into the final race. Can we get the Grand Slam? Will there be some sort of freak accident that prevents us from getting our first Grand Slam? Well, let's see. You see the little happy jumps of the revs. Lights go up, windshield wipers go crazy, lights go down, hold the revs. Green means go, and that's exactly what we do. Hard charging all the way in a straight line, coming into the first corner. Will there be contact from behind? Seems like there will not be this time around. We're going to make sure to keep our speed so we don't find any consequences. Go through the Joker first lap. I've decided that I just want to be able to lock in and get as many fast laps as possible. So let's get the Joker out of the way as we actually get past in the Joker, and then contact from the rear spins us around temporarily. We go ahead and get that place back pretty much immediately, and now we're back fighting for first again. You see him right there on our left-hand side. We're going to charge around him, but he is having none of it. He's going to go ahead and fight for his position. Coming down to this fast section, we're not going as fast as usual. I'm going to cut to the outside, and I did not see someone there, and I get fully spun around, losing so much time. Drama in the final. Will that be enough to stop me from getting my first win? As you see, we are now at dead last. I believe that's the man who caught contact with us right there, fighting with us for last place. And now we have to charge through the entire field. Now we have a challenge on our hands. Will we be able to do it? You can see I'm upset. Try to go through the inside of the blind corner. That guy's not having it. So now we have to find our line and fight for position over the next, realistically, 4 laps. Over that mini jump, go through the outside. I have more speed. We're going to hold it there, make sure we get it turned in, don't hit the wall. And that is the move down on our team. That's 1 down. Now, fighting for 3rd place. Are we going to go around the outside right here? Looks like we are. Yeah, we look to our left, and that move is done. And now, boom, now we hold 3rd place. That's 1 more down. Coming into this flying section, absolutely hauling. Cut to the inside. You see him cut it wide. We're going to cut our inside, go right past him. And look at this. The difference in speed this weekend is absolutely astonishing. I might as well be driving a different car. And 1 more time. We need another 10th to improve. I doubt it'll take us 2 corners, bro. Here we go. Hard charging. Another hard slowing down into 3rd gear. Get it turned in. Accelerate on the outside. He holds the better line, so he holds his position for 1 more corner. Now we're in 4th. We're going to send it on the inside. Think about it, but we don't want to eat the wall. And it looks like this guy is the only guy who really knows how to defend position properly, but he also slows himself quite a bit doing it. I go ahead and change my line so that I can exit on the inside and switch on him just like that. And look at that. The move is done. It really is just a skill issue at this point, but I don't want to get too cocky. Like I said, I'm going to ask you guys if you think we should turn the AI up, because races like this, I can see how they might not be as entertaining, though I'm going to win every time. So like I said, let me know. You think we should skip this series altogether and go to faster cars? Do you think we should just up the difficulty but keep this car? Or do you think we should thug it out? I think there's actually only 1 more race weekend for the series. Like I said, let me know down below what you think. We're going to go ahead and lock in for the final laps of this race. As you see, what was supposed to be a monumental comeback took about a lap and a half. And now we're just going to finish out this race, focusing on ourselves, trying to improve, as always, into 6th gear. We're going to try our usual inside line, cut it inside, hunt for the apex, down into 5th, power over the jump, into 6th, over the jump, and a smooth landing. Now we break into 3rd, find our turn in, late apex, swing it around on the gas once you've made it, and that's like clockwork at this point for a 43.9. Coming into the 2nd to last lap, over the blind corner, send it 1 more time, down into 3rd, find our line early on the gas, 4th over the hill, actually keeping in 3rd this time, then 4th in the dirt, into 5th, really quick shifting here, breaking a straight line, find your apex, hard on the gas as soon as you've made it over the hill, into the dip, into 3rd gear, find your line early on the gas. Like I said many times before, this is clockwork at this point. Just really need to finish this race out so that we can go ahead and have our ultimate victory. Into 5th gear 1 more time, find the apex, into the jump. Back's definitely going to be killing us tomorrow. This is not a pain-free victory, as we're catching a lot of air over that jump, and we've had to take it at this point so many times. On to the final flying lap. Can we at least try and get a PB? Let's try and figure it out. Into the blind corner, into third gear, find our slowing down, early on the gas, over the hill, into fourth, into the dirt, into fifth, flick the car in so that we can set ourselves up to brake hard in a straight line, into third, early on the gas once you've hit your apex, over the hill, into the dip, down into third, find your line, early on the gas as soon as you can, and now we're just hard charging through the fast section, 6th gear as soon as we hit the dirt, get pretty close to the outside wall here, very close indeed, hard on the brakes, into 5th, you see the car jump from how fast you're going over the jump, send it one more time, hard on the brakes, into 3rd, we're actually just going to go full shenanigans mode here because we know we've won it. Look at that. Absolutely elated. And that is a fantastic weekend for us. You see how excited Keanu is. He knows we did well. Look at that. First place for one more time. And let's just go ahead and acknowledge how dominant of a weekend this was. We won every single qualifier, won the semifinal, and won the race. I mean, that's as good as it gets. You could technically say without error as far as the timing sheets are concerned. But I've discussed it a couple times in this video. Do y'all think we should turn the AI up? I would love to hear. I'm always down to go to the faster cars. I believe Rallycross is something that we're definitely performing better in. So if y'all want to see the faster cars, if y'all want to skip this series, again, let me know down below. But we're going to go ahead and end it on a high note as we look at the third-person replay here. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'm really appreciating all the views that these videos are getting. I didn't expect to generate views like this for my first couple of videos, so having you guys comment, like, watch the videos, it really means a lot to me. I love doing this. I love Dirt Rally 2, and I'm going to keep the series going. So, like I said, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will catch y'all in the next one.